Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohammed, and I'll be presenting on how clinical decision support systems and smart alarms impact nurse anesthesia practice. This presentation will explore how these technologies improve patient safety, efficiency, and situational awareness, while also introducing new challenges related to alarm fatigue, automation bias, and ethical accountability. Certified registered nurse anesthetists work in a high acuity, data dense environment. Clinical decision support systems, or CDSS, that's what I'm going to go by throughout this presentation, integrate physiologic monitoring with evidence based algorithms. When pairing with smart alarms, they filter out background noise to highlight meaningful events. The goal is to enhance safety and efficiency while addressing the challenges such as alarm fatigue, automation bias, and legal and ethical implications. So the Joint Commission requires hospitals to maintain written alarm management policies under National Patient Safety Goal NPSJ 06.01.01. The FDA classifies real-time CDSS platforms that analyze physiological data as medical devices. Internationally, IEC 60601-1-8 defines standardized alarms, tones, and priorities to ensure interoperability. By following these national and international standards, anesthesia providers improve safety, uniformity, and legal protection. So we'll talk about legal and ethical concerns. So even when using automation, CRNAs still retain full accountability for patient outcomes. Over-reliance on these CDSS can lead to disskilling, meaning a gradual loss of manual and critical thinking ability, although responsibility may be shared among clinicians, hospitals, and manufacturers. Clinical judgment remains the CRNA's duty. The FDA in 2022 guidance stresses the algorithm transparency so clinicians can understand and evaluate these recommendations. So let's talk about the standards of care evolution. So as validated CDSS tools become more common, failing to use them could be viewed as negligence. Conversely, blindly following those flawed recommendations can also be negligent, highlighting the importance of human oversight. A 2010 case where a muted oxygen monitor contributed to a patient's death prompted national alarm safety reforms. And today, alarm response documentation is increasingly considered part of the legal medical record. So we'll talk about the ethical use of data. So all data collected by CDSS must comply with HIPAA and align with patient consent. Institutions must also ensure that the data are used only for legitimate treatment purposes. Algorithms should be tested for bias to make sure predictions remain valid across all populations. Key ethical imperatives include transparency, fairness, and accountability for both vendors and clinicians. So we'll talk about the impact on patient safety. In a 2024 meta-analysis of over 400,000 patients found that CDSS increased guideline adherence and reduced medication errors. In one ICU study, smart alarm systems reduced 293,000 raw alarms to only 1,000 actionable alarms in 28 days. Predictive analytics help recognize physiologic deterioration early and enabling proactive intervention. However, up to 95% of these alarms are ignored due to alarm fatigue, showing that the need of ongoing threshold optimization. So first we'll talk about the advantages, workflow advantages. When integrated properly, CDSS simplifies anesthesia workflow and reduced cognitive load. Symptoms like Alarm Watch OR combine physiologic data into an organized dashboard by body system, improving situational awareness. Automated reminders such as antibiotic redosing alerts enhance compliance with evidence-based protocols. Automated documentations decrease manual workload, allowing CRNAs to focus on direct patient care. Poorly designed interfaces can cause click fatigue and distraction. The learning curve and limited technical support can slow adoption. Shared alerts require clear response protocols to prevent duplication or confusion. Regular software maintenance and algorithm updates are vital to maintain reliability. Despite these challenges, 88% of anesthesia providers report greater confidence after proper CDSS training. We'll talk about professional integration. So informatic literacy has become an essential competency for CRNAs. Technology should enhance, not replace, clinical judgment by applying the DIKW model: data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. CRNAs can turn real-time data into actionable decisions that improve outcomes. In summary, CDSS and smart alarms enhance anesthesia safety, efficiency, and situational awareness. To integrate these systems safely, CRNAs must adhere to legal, ethical, and cybersecurity standards while maintaining human vigilance. These technologies represent a psychotechnical shift combining human expertise with informatics intelligence to transform data into wisdom for safer anesthesia care. So that's it, and here are my references. Thank you.